That is really not good.
All right, we'll stop playing with the cat. We'll focus on the video game. It looks like we're just about ready here. Many of the teams have confirmed. I've given them the go-ahead, and I'll say GLHF, and we'll begin here. Game number 1 going to be on Kings Row, guys. This is the semifinals of the Plays GG Weekly for NA number 3, and this is going to be a best-of-3 series between Team Paragon and Sodipop.
Sweet as. I'm going to go ahead and tweet out. I'm pretty excited about this best of 3. And I think, like, this is obviously the business end of the transaction where any of the 4 teams in the semifinals potentially can win. I obviously have my caster-cursed favorites that I think are going to make it through to the final. But this is really where I'm expecting to see a couple of very tight 2-1 series, or even in 2-0 games where either team could have won both games. So that's what I'm looking for here on Kings Row to start things off.
Yeah, man, I just want to see the dank plays. That's really all I want. Jer is going to be on Symmetra for the defense, so they will have that teleporter. This is, I believe, the same style that they went with in the last series here with Kings Row. And we'll see how that pays off. Desro currently hovering the Widow. Obviously, the attack still has plenty of time to decide and commit to their composition, but Widow is a hero that does see some play for teams that are feeling confident in doing so. Widow definitely a high-skill hero. You have to be able to get those headshots to truly get the impact of her. But I hope we get to see it because we have seen 0 Widow play today.
This isn't StarCraft Desro, right?
No, that has a W. That's the
Yeah,
Canadian Searcher player. No, it's not the same guy.
Okay.
I don't
I'm like, no way.
It's not the same spelling at least. So
I mean, Lilbo's gone Overwatch.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
You never know, man.
Is Nomi Noni's little brother?
Oh my god. I don't know. I really don't know.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
the gates have opened, and well, we're gonna actually open up Watching Pretzi here on Soldier. See what we can get done.
Indeed, we shall. And we have Roadhog, by the way, on both sides once again. So looking like he is solidly part of the meta here in this tournament. I mean, he's been increasing his usage over the last couple of weeks, but really just being solid as things stand. Jur already 2/3 of the way, by the way, to getting a teleporter up, so that's very well worth noting. If Sodipop are able to do that, then that kind of eliminates the advantage the attacking team have in terms of players getting back into the action any faster. And look at this, immediately going to place the teleporter. And is there actually going to be enough time to prevent the first point being taken, though? I don't know. This is a full-on ground assault. There's nothing fancy other than let's all walk to the point.
Yeah, and the points have collected. They need to get somebody in there. The Reinhardt is going to town, but he will end up falling. The res comes in from Hype. Hype will get the point-blank hook, but they actually managed to save him at the last moment. So Hype really lucking out there and getting the nice res. The defense holds strong with the help of that teleporter.
Yeah, that was pretty close, and I think it's also worth noting that they got just before the point was 2/3 of the way captured, because every time the point is captured up to a third, it doesn't fall back behind that. So if you take a look at the little circle on top of the screens now, boys and girls, you can see that the point is technically 1/3 captured. It can't go backwards beyond that.
Oh,
so
my
here we have
goodness.
take 2. Oh, Nomi with the Earth Shatter. Doesn't actually get ridiculous numbers of kills, but does force the entire team back.
I got to give some mega props to Trix there, too, with the tricky plays. He just kind of expected that flank to happen. He waited just under the statue where the health pack room is and just kind of walked around the corner with his ultimate, denying their entire flank they were looking to do.
Oh, that's pretty sick. And you don't forget, these guys are also on voice comms, so when the time is right to flank, they will know because their teammates will be telling them as well. So it's just really nice to see these kind of plays that you wouldn't normally see, for example, in a pub game. And Hype D, again, up above, looking for an opportunity to use Death Blossom. He's like, when can I do this? Nina on Farah, though, goes down. Are we going to see the follow-up?
Oh, he's going to be able to slip on through the shadows back to his team. He actually finds Mercy, who's going back to base, trying to get to his allies. I say back to base. There's no base here in Overwatch.
No, man. And only based gods, Jake.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
We haven't actually seen anyone really stand out from the crowd so far, but I do want to say Jur at the moment, like, if there's no Tracer, if there's no way to actually find a teleporter here, then the defending team are going to be able to rejoin just as quickly as the offending team. And I think that is going to be a big, big problem here for Team Paragon. They need to break through.
It's a bit surprising that they haven't gone for one of those heroes that can really get into the backline. They've just been going for the straight-up push. If they can line up these Zarya and the Reinhardt ultimates, they can do the big damage. Grafton's going out, trying to hold him out of the point. The charge coming in from Reinhardt, but he has all on his own at this point. Rez in the back for the offensive push, and you hear the Death Blossom of Hype doing some big damage, but he is quite a load right now. Picks up Faz, looking for the kill on Reinhardt as well. It looks like the defense will hold.
Oh, man, and Team Paragon there, they started that engagement, dude, with 6 ultimates. So it looked like they might have been able to get something done there. And unfortunately for them, Sodipop just holding strong. And I think 4 out of 6 ultimates were used, and no results were taken, sadly. And the worst part of it is, Sodipop instantly coming back thanks to the use of the teleporter.
Yeah, Teleporter's pretty good on this point, that's for sure. Symmetra, she doesn't see the most playing competitive, but she definitely has her niche place in this meta. It looks like Odin will just about barely survive on Roadhog. Good for him.
Yeah, and Roadhog, very, very big in terms of survivability. You always think, ooh, I'm about to get this guy. And unfortunately, the heal on Roadhog, the gas is just so powerful. Instantly healing for half of your health. Obviously, you're immobilized for like a second and a half, but in most cases, that's completely and utterly fine. So Soros now trying to hold the fort. He's being damaged at from Mercy as well, so this Soldier 76 is going to be able to do a lot of long-range damage, and you just need a lot of patience on this map. It's really tempting sometimes to rush in, use Tactical Visor, kick 3 or 4 kills, but in competitive play, it's not really worth it, Jake, because you get 3 or 4 kills, but they're just back a couple seconds later. So you just need the long-distance threat as often as possible.
Hype is kind of going to town right now, forces the res out from Mercy pretty early here, and manages to trade on out the defense. Holding strong, 20 seconds left for this first point. Right now, Team Paragon is looking to shut out the entire attempt of Sodipop for even the first point in the game.
This is very, very powerful stuff right now. We'll see if they can do it. 6 seconds left to capture the objective. Hype D going on in on Reaper to try and stop the last second push. And here we go. There's the rush in. Desro on the point. Earth Shatter being used as well. Kretzy getting a couple of kills, and Soros picking off 2 from up above. No one is attacking Soldier 76 right now, and that's going to allow him to do so much damage. They're on the point. It's overtime, but so much damage is being done. There goes Desro, and we have Reaper after that happens. Ooh, well, it does get taken out.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that, wait, has the, Jur switched over to Lucio. So that means a teleporter went down.
That's a bit unfortunate. I think they just kind of think maybe the teleporter expired. I'm not too sure. But regardless, the point was picked up in the overtime, so it took them the full duration, but they have it, and they definitely increased their chances of keeping the dream alive. The caster curse for Team Paragon, not enough to deny the first point.
I thought that was curtains for them there, but right at the end, you're right. Either the teleporter expired or got destroyed. Jur switched on to Lucio, and that meant that the moment 2 of their team members died, there was a permanent 6v4 advantage in favor of Team Paragon there. A little bit unfortunate that they weren't able to hold on for another 20 seconds, because that would have been a very nice first point hold, but now Paragon are fighting really hard to make up for lost time.
Okay, Trix using the full hog, trying to push them away. He's going to throw the hook out. No connect there, but he gets Desro with the long shot. And they've managed to push the defense back. 2 full minutes left. That's about it. Not the most to get this final checkpoint. But we got to remember, we saw this in the last series. When the defense pushes so far forward on this point, it can actually work against them. There's the flank, the hallway on the right-hand side, and then the flank on the left-hand side that you need to be worried about.
Yeah, and the fundamental nature of how this map plays out also becomes so different once it's a full payload map as well. At the end of the day, you don't have to stand on a point where loads of people are able to attack you from more or less all angles. So we'll see what damage can be done. I think the verticality of Vara here is going to be a little bit more useful for Nuna, but the team are getting pushed back, and I'm a little bit surprised about how much they're allowing Soros and Hype to basically force the rest of the team back as well, because what Team Paragon really need right now is to be in your face, get 2 or 3 picks off, and push. They can't afford to regroup every time one of their team dies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's been a struggle. They're down to one final attempt here. Just 55 seconds remaining. And in terms of ultimates, I mean, they've got the res. They almost have barrage, but everything else is quite low in terms of the charge. They have no choice. Hype is actually going behind, looking for Decimated, the Mercy player, but he is spotted by the Lucio. Hype's flying up the Winston bubble, absorbing quite a few of his shots, forcing him to go into the shadows, and the flank attempted there is thwarted.
Yeah, that was really good. I still like the play from Hype, though. He didn't quite manage to get the pick off on Mercy, but that's fine, because the knowledge that he's there is going to keep the support players on their toes and looking at multiple locations, and Hype coming in with the Death Blossom, manages to get 2 kills off, but he dies himself. 21 seconds left to go.
Okay, Nuna on the offense, one of the fewer members still in the front there. The res did go off, getting everyone back up, but Nuna managed to pick Jer. He gets Zoros as well, and he's popping the barrage, looking to dismantle everyone else. He has successfully done so. Only Hype is still alive on the Reaper, and they are hunting for him as it looks. There he is. Can they get the point?
Only Desro not here at the moment, and Desro is actually walking back to the rest of the team, so he's going to have to rush back very, very quickly indeed. They will need some shields, I think, to win this upcoming team fight. They have to stall for time and get a good amount of DPS off, because if Sodipop can help it... Oh, hang on, and here... Oh, that's an excellent engage. Beautiful timing there, actually, on the Earth Shatter, and that's going to allow... Is that Phaz behind? Yes, to push the payload in the meantime. Zoros on Tracer trying to stop him from doing that, but Lucio ultimately is able to push the point while the ultimates are in play. Great stuff there from Paragon.
Yeah, Jer engaged hard with of course, the speed boost and the sound barrier, and it looked nice, but the problem was Retzi just went in and had the most monstrous Death Blossom. He went back even after that, took out Mercy immediately, denying Decimated to build that time to grab the meter, and they're going to be able to get this payload all the way to that final little stretch, but they only have the 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining to capture the point.
Well, this is basically, if they die now, they have one more push. Yeah. That is more or less what that says. Yep. And Paragon at the moment are looking strong. Desro rejoining the front here. And more importantly, I think, we have Odin actually constantly going forward and really trying to disrupt the healers. So Lucio has a face full of Winston quite a lot, and that's preventing these guys from getting very much done at all. Oh, and Nomi gets taken out by his opposing number as well.
All right, that should be it with the double. Oh my goodness, the res might be enough. No, just seconds late to be able to contest the point. A good attempt there at the end, but with the multiple overtimes from the first point to the second point, they managed to at least set a time at 9:58.
I was not expecting that. Like, I straight up, after the edging out of the first point, I just thought of, oh god, Paragon aren't going to be able to set a time here. That's just straight up what I thought. So I'm really pleased, and also a little bit surprised, actually, because Sodipop had a fantastic defense at point 1 that Paragon were able to get through at all. But if at first you don't succeed, hey, try again.
I mean, that's what Stopwatch is all about. Set the best time you can, but this is a very beatable time, right? This is pretty much as long as you can go to actually complete the map with just a 2 seconds more where it could have been. So 9:58 is the time set, the time to beat here for Sodipop as they transition over to the offense side of Kings Row.
Exactly right. And on the one hand, I don't think Paragon are going to be like the most impressed, but on the other hand, I think that they're going to be pleased they set a time at all after almost twice failing to set a time there. So their goal is not to absolutely destroy their opponents. Their goal, in terms of time, their goal is basically to try and hold on the first point or something similar, so that it never actually comes down to who's faster to complete the map.
I'm really curious to see what they're going to go for composition. Desro, Hover, Diva, and now May. They are on the defense. They have another 7 seconds before they assemble. This is very likely not going to be their composition, but we have seen crazier things before.
Yeah, I've almost learned, like, not to trust attacking team compositions until after the timer starts now. It stops me from being wrong too much of the time. And also, they fill me with hope. Sometimes I look at these comps and I go, yes, I really want to see this being played. And then they take it away at the last second and my hopes and dreams are dashed. It's just not a nice feeling, man.
Well, they're running with the triple warrior, just the lone Mercy for the healer, so no Mercy Lucio and also no Mercy Symmetra. Commonly, you'll see Symmetra on this point like we just saw because of the impact the teleporter can have, but sure, Decimated, if he can stay alive, those reses can have a pretty similar impact of just the stay power of the team on the point. That's the target, though. And if Hype
Yep.
does truthfully go with Widow, it's going to make it a lot harder for Decimated to stay. And I really hoped we get to see it.
This is where Hyped has to earn his money. Like right here, this Widowmaker, completely unopposed, needs to get 1 or 2 pickoffs and allow them to capture the first point quite quickly. That is where he's going to earn his salt. We'll see if he's able to do that. He is committing to going Widowmaker. It's not an instant switch off, and he's looking for scoped kills on the point. At the moment, very cagey from both sides. Getting a hit on Mercy, though, that's going to be frustrating to start off with.
Okay, Hype's going up, looking to see what he can find. Soldier is on that ledge, so he could definitely try to counter that Soldier if he does get eyes in. Soldier and Farah, both targets that Hype can pick off, and the only 2 true damage dealers here for the defensive side of Paragon.
Very, very difficult situation. But at the same time, I have to say, Hyped is just being given a lot of room right now. Nobody is taking a look at Widowmaker yet. Oh, and another shot off on Mercy, but unable to get the kill. And this is proving to be a little bit more difficult than we had hoped for. Hype, there we go. Oh, wow. Well,
that's it. Oh, the res, though.
Cast a curse, mention he didn't get any kills, instant triple kill. That's how it works, man.
All right, he's
Still no
so
Mercy.
close to getting decimated a few times there. The Mercy on the defense, but not quite lining up the scope exactly the way he needs to. The triple kill was nice, but the res was too much, and that's the key. If he can deny the Mercy her life, essentially, they'll take the point. But the Resurrection denied, what was it, a triple kill and multiple ultimates that were used for the attacking side?
Exactly. And Faz at the moment got taken to 6 hit points, by the way, off the back of that headshot from Hype. So he's still trying to make a massive impact on the game. He's looking for opportunities to grab them in. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't pick off... Oh, never mind. I swear there was someone squishier there, but taking out Faz has got to be a good idea. But so much time has elapsed. Another res has actually become available here on the side of Paragon.
Yeah, that was a 4-man res, keeping them in the point, but a nice Graviton surge going down for the offense. They've also got that sound barrier to stay alive. Nomi is just going to down, cleaving through everything in his path. The charge not quite connecting on Decimated, but that res is still quite far away. Meter builds up quickly for the Mercy, but she's not there, and she will end up falling. This point should be going to Sodipop.
Well, Sodipop, they didn't have to wait for overtime by the looks of things. 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining when they captured that point. That is a very, very healthy lead in terms of time so far. But don't forget, that doesn't mean they won. They still need to complete the entire map.
Yeah, a time was set, but they're still sitting on a full 7 minutes and 35 seconds. You guys can follow that time with us in the top right corner of your screen here, and we'll see if they can beat the time. That is so much, right? That is about as much as you can ask for, really.
Yeah, just a 3-minute advantage on the first point is just really, really strong because you often either push through really quickly or get held like for a very long time, like I mentioned before. So the fact that they're able to push through quickly and buy themselves another 3 minutes, in effect, buys them another 2 or 3 attempts at the final point. And considering how slow the time was set for the opposing team, that actually gives them a lot of room to maneuver.
Okay, Jared speed boosting everyone in, trying to get them out of the point, but behind that we have Zretzi just kind of going to town. Hype will end up getting blown up. We do see that the Rhinar is a little bit secluded, but Nomi manages to charge the safety and get some heals from the Mercy.
Nuna's doing a good job, actually, of keeping the damage up. He takes out his counterpart, Zoros, and he's looking for an opportunity potentially to use Barrage. If they're able to stop... I think if they're actually able to stop Sodipop at this dogleg and prevent them from capping the point, let's say twice, I think once won't quite be enough, then they might be on par in terms of time and it becomes a really close game.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good for the defense. We see now that Zvetzi just got his ultimate ready as well, actually taking out Zoros. So they have pushed the offense way back, all the way back to point A.
Yeah, Farah Mercy combo all of a sudden coming alive in this half-4 team Paragon. Nuna and Decimated have quite literally just decided to own the place up, and they're doing a fantastic job of it so far.
Yeah, but on the offense, I mean, they're just about where they want to be. Now, what they can look to do with this composition is if Trix can get the bubble onto Hyped, once Hyped has that Death Blossom ready, and then they speed boost in from Jer with the sound barrier active, they can dismantle just about anything. But the problem is Hyped is still a little bit away from that Death Blossom meter.
And that does tend to be the problem here. both sides really need to get as much DPS done as quickly as possible so that regardless of ultimate status, they're able to do a lot of damage in the next team fight. That's going to be more important for Sodipop to get that point than for Team Paragon right now. And they have 5 out of 6 ultimates on their team with only Nomi waiting. So you can see what their plan is. It's constantly put pressure, try and force them to use ultimates of their own. Oh, and by the way, when they come back, kill all of the ultimates.
Yeah, and it was almost executed properly too. They had a nice Earth Shatter, and we saw that it was Hype that was able to take out the Reinhardt on the defense. But the problem was Zarya's bubble came in way too soon. But a nice grab on Surge. Sound Barrier trying to heal through this. The Death Blossom now being cast for Hype. He's gonna pick up just the 1 kill onto Mercy, but Decimated is the ideal target to take out for the defense.
And this is exactly what I was talking about, using all of the ultimates at once. Forcing the res out from them at least, though. But I have to say, in the first half of that fight, Nuna did quite a lot of damage and I think killed 3 or 4 people, resulting in the res coming up. This now means that Nomi is the only person on Sodipop with an ultimate available. So they need to make this push count. They need to hit the checkpoint. Okay, they do. But that was at the expense of a lot of ultimates, and if Paragon win the next fight, they genuinely stand a chance of holding here.
They do, but they have full 4 minutes versus the 2 minutes that were enabled here for Paragon when they were on the offense side. And Zoros is looking around the back. He doesn't have that barrage ready. He's just scouting around, trying to get eyes on everyone. And actually, he is going to be greeted by the rockets of Nuna.
Oh, and here comes Kretzy. He sees the Earth Shatter, and he goes, okay, why don't you feel free to come on in and try and knock some of us down? And I'll see how many of you I can actually pick off. So I like that use of Tactical Visor, even though it didn't exactly kill most of the team. Provided a really nice protective barrier there for Team Paragon.
Okay, well, Decimated just spent the res, so that is a bit problematic. Hype is dead, though, just now respawning. Has that res ready, but the offense can't really afford to push on in without the resurrection potential.
Yeah, exactly. They need to patiently wait. They have got 3.5 minutes left, so, you know, it's not absolutely necessary. Wow! And Zoros at the moment getting picked up very quickly by Kretzy. Both sides using their ultimates from Lucio. The sound barrier a little bit later, though, on the side of Team Paragon, which is great. That gave them the hit point advantage in the second half of the fight. But too many of them look dead now, and it looks like a time is about to be set. Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a victory here for the side of Sodipop. I mean, it was so close, too, because Decimated was going into the point, and he was looking for that resurrection, but he got clipped by the axe of Nomi, just absolutely shutting his life down. But here's a shutdown from Zretzi.
Yeah, and I mean, over here, this was just excellent. Both sides with the increased hit points, and just a really nice pickoff of a couple of heroes, crucially picking off Farah there, but the Resurrect, like you said, Jake, just a little bit too strong. And that results in Paragon with a match time of, Sodipop with a match time of 6 minutes and 53 seconds, meaning they will take King's Row.
Yeah, with more than a minute to spare.